All right, Karan, chapter 2. It's very simple. Are you ready for it? It's on linear equations and inequalities. What's the difference between an equation and an inequality? I'm listening.
Well, an equation has an equal sign and an inequality doesn't.
So beautiful. Let me get my tissues because I might cry. Yes, Karan, that is exactly it. An equation is when two things are equal, and an inequality, just like it sounds, is when two things are not equal. All right, so we're going to start out with linear equations. So linear means that the power of x, the exponent of x, is 1. Not like squared, like a quadratic, or cubed, like a cubic. It's 1. So as Karan said, an equation is a statement that equates two algebraic expressions. Now, an equation may have one solution, more than one solution, no solution, all right? And we'll get into that, okay? So let's start with A. It's asking me to determine if x equals -1 is a solution. So what I do is this. I'm going to take this value of x right here, and I'm going to plug it in. So that gives me 5 times -1 plus 9. And I'm asking myself, Owen Steiner, does that equal 4? So Owen, does -5 plus 9 equal -4? Yes or no?
Yes.
So guess what? X equals -1 is a solution. And the Giants need to find a solution for the loss of Saquon Barkley.
He tore his ACL.
I know, he's out. You got to come up with a solution for it. Very sad. Now, x equals 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it in. And I want to know, does 5 times 2 plus 9 equal 4? I'm asking myself, is that true? Miss Gregg.
It is not true.
It is not true, because 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 plus 9 is 19, which is clearly not equal to 4. So this would be not a solution. Let me scroll down a little bit. So with B, now I'm going to plug in -1.5 for y. And I'm going to ask myself the same thing. Does 3 times the quantity of -1.5 plus 2 equal -1.5 plus 5? So on the left side, I have 3 times positive 0.5. And on the right, I'm going to have 3.5. Mark, true or false? Does the left side equal the right side?
And y equals -1.5. No. Yes, they do.
No, you should have stuck with your gut and said no. Because 3 times, all right, 3 times.
Multiply. I did 3 plus 2. Yeah, no.
3 times a positive, okay, I'll make this cleaner. That was probably my fault, okay, because 3 times a positive 0.5 is 1.5, and there's no way that's equal to that. So that's my bad, Mark. I'll give you redemption here.
All right.
All right? So it's not a solution there, okay? Now, Mark, we're going to plug in -5.5 into that equation. So I have 3 times -5.5 plus 2. And I'm going to ask, does that equal, okay, does that equal -5.5 plus 5? So let's simplify this down a little bit. 3 times the quantity of negative 5.5 plus 2. Well, negative 5.5 plus 2 is negative 3.5. Uh-oh. So, Mark, does the left side equal the right side?
No.
No, not even close. So in this case, neither one of these was the solution. I want you guys to try C on your own. Where is this? There it is. Mr. Emmy.
Yeah.
Mr. Emmy, when you plugged in negative 4 for x, was it a solution?
No.
No. Not even close. Okay, you end up getting negative 1 equals 3. So not a solution. What did you get, Mr. Emmy, when you plugged in 12 though?
I got 3.
You got 3. So would you say this was a solution?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice job, Mr. Emmy. Garrett.
Yeah.
Garrett, can you, I only want to do 2 of these, so I want to give you the power. Pick any 2 of them. I'm going to do it. And then you guys are going to do the other 2.
A and B.
Which ones? Got to talk louder.
A and B.
A and B. I knew you'd pick A and B. All right. A and B. I want to solve A and B. So in A, I need to get all of my x's to one side. I need to isolate my variable. So I'm looking at this equation. I'm thinking to myself, heck, most of the x's are on the right side. That looks pretty plain. I'm just going to take my x's that are on the left side, move them to the right side. I'm going to do that by adding 2x. So I start out by adding 2x's. That cancels. I'm left with 24 equals negative 2x plus 2x is 0. Wow. Now I got a problem. Now I have 24 equals 0. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that ain't true. And I'm right, because 24 does not equal 0. So guess what? I have no solution. Because as we said, not every problem has a solution. Sometimes it's okay to have no solution. And when there is no solution, I write that. But now for B, there's a little bit more work to be done. And there's 2 ways to do it. So I'm going to talk about one way. If you want to do it a different way, that's fine. So with B, I'm going to distribute that 6. That's going to give me 6x plus 12 equals 30. And now this is a simple 2-step equation, and I need to undo order of operations, and I do that by subtracting 12. So I subtract 12 from both sides. That's going to give me 6x equals 18. And now that's easy. So let me just rewrite my problem so you guys can follow along. I divide both sides by 6 and I get x equals 3. Bada bing, bada boom. Coolest dude in the room. All right, you guys try C and D. All right, let's go with Mr. Kitchen. Can you cook me up some answers here for letter C?
Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. I got x equals 2.
For C?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with you said y equals 2, but how did you get that?
I subtracted 9y from 12y.
All right, before we go any further, why did you choose the 9y?
Cause
Why did you pick the 12y?
it's 12y is like greater. It's
I love that answer. It's greater. And you're right. You do want to subtract that 9y. Could you subtract the 12y? Yeah. But by subtracting the 9y, you're going to have positive y's in this step instead of negatives. All right, keep going.
and then I added. I added the 2 to the 4y. Added the 2 to the 4.
Yeah, I got you. Then what?
And then I divided.
Perfect. And you got y equals 2.
Yeah.
Nicely done. You should pat yourself on the back. Have a cookie.
Right.
Maggie,
Hi.
how's it going? All right, what'd you get for D?
I got x equals -3.
For D?
Yeah.
Okay. Walk me through it. How'd you get that?
If you subtract the 4 from the left side and you put it on the other one, and it's 6x equals -4, and then divide it. -4 divided by 6 is -2/3.
Okay.
Simplified fraction.
And I really like how you said it was -2/3. You didn't say it was -4/6. So what you did was you actually reduced your answer, which is a classy move on your part. Okay. All right, let's go down to the bottom. And sometimes we have to deal with these things called fractions. Okay? Now, when we're dealing with fractions, there's a couple different ways we can do these problems. So I'm just going to show you a couple different ways. Maybe you think outside the box, okay? Maybe you want a concrete way to do it. So I'll show you a couple different ways. Now with A, I'm looking at A and I'm like, I'm not really feeling these fractions here. I kind of want to get rid of them. So I get rid of them. Now I get rid of them by coming up with a common denominator. And that common denominator here would be 6. How do I get 6? Well, 6 goes into 6 and 3 goes into 6, so I'm good to go. So I'm going to multiply everything by 6. That gives me 11x times 6 divided by 6. So that would be 11 times 6 is 66, divided by 6 is 11. 1/3 times 6. 1 times 6 is 6, divided by 3 is 2. And 6 times 2 is 12x. Now I have 11x plus 2 equals 12x. Subtract that 11x. And it just gives you 2 equals x. There you go. But now, Mr. Kinfu does not like that way. And that's fine. He doesn't have to do it that way. So, what Joe might do is this. Joe might be like, yeah, I'm just going to solve this problem. So, in letter B, Joe might just be like, all right, I'm just going to add 2/5 to both sides. All right, those go away. I have t equals 3/2 plus 2/5. And now Joe's like, well, all right, I got 2 fractions. I know how to add 2 fractions. I have to come up with the common denominator. So I'm going to multiply this first one by 5/5. And this one by 2/2. And that's going to give me t equals 15/2, or 15/10, excuse me, plus 4/10. And that's going to be 15 plus 4 is 19. So we get 19/10. And Mr. Kinfu, that is a perfectly fine way of doing this problem. Do you have any questions on that, Joe? No? All right. Now, Jagger, because he's got moves like Jagger, okay? And no, that does not get old to me. Jagger's like, yo, I ain't really feeling those parentheses. I really don't want to do that distributive property. So Jagger might be like, yo, letter C, see ya. And Jagger might just decide to divide here by 1.2. Now, Jagger, do you have a calculator?
On my phone.
You do? All right,
Yeah.
Jagger, I'm going to see who can do it quicker. Can you do 10.8 divided by 1.2 before I can? Answer's 9. Did you get it yet?
Yeah.
It wasn't 9?
Yes.
You know how I knew it was 9?
How'd you know?
Because I look at that problem and I don't see 10.8 divided by 1.2. I see 108 divided by 12, which is 9. I believe the TikTok clip is I'm a different breed. Okay? I don't know if you guys have TikTok. Mr. Harmon has TikTok. And I'm just a different breed. I just know these things differently. So, anyway, moving on. With C, I have x minus 3 equals 9. So I need to get x by itself, so I'm just going to add 3 there. And I got x equals 12. Any questions with that? Sarah, do you have any questions?
No, I'm good.
Caitlin? Abigail, any questions?
Caitlin, was that a thumbs down?
What's up?
It looked like Caitlin gave you a thumbs down, but I couldn't see too well.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. Do you guys want me to do one more? All right, good. Caitlin said she's fine. All right, so then what I want you guys to do is I want you to do D, E, and F. Try and get it on your own. D, E, and F. Once we go over the answers, well, class is over. D, E, F. Def Jam Records. All right, let me pick on some of you. Miss Hendon, what did you get for D? Mega? What'd you say? All right, let me go on and pick on Miss Greg. Emily, what'd you get for D?
Got
What was that? All right, sounds like we're having problems with Mike, so let me move on. Let's do this by coming up with a common denominator. So I'm going to multiply the first piece by 4/4 and the second piece by 3/3. So that's going to give me 4t/24 plus 3t/24. That equals 1. Now I'm going to write that right up here. So 4t plus 3t is 7t. And then to get rid of the fraction, I go ahead and multiply by 24/7. And my answer is 24/7. Kelsey, What did you get for E?
I got, can you hear me?
Yep.
Negative 20 over 9.
Okay. Let's see. What did you do? How did you get that?
I don't know how to explain this.
Okay.
So,
I'll get it. You tell me what you did, and I'll write it on the board.
okay, so I don't know how to explain this. I really don't know how to explain this.
Well, what was your first step?
I tried to find the common denominators, but
Very good. So 5 and 4, common denominator is 20.
yes.
So what did you do with that?
I took the 20. I can't even read what I did. So I had the 20
Okay.
and I just like put it into, I don't know how to explain this.
Multiply each term by 20.
Yes.
See, I told you. So what we did was we took 20, which was the common denominator of 5 and 4, and we just multiplied each piece by 20. So 8 times 20 is 160 divided by 5. Well, that's a little bit big. So what if we do 20 divided by 5 is 4 times 8? That gives us 32. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So we have 5x. And then we have 20 times negative 3 is negative 60.
That's what I got.
Okay? And then what did you do?
And then I added, no.
Yeah, you're right. You combine.
Yeah, I combined them. And then I got 27x equals negative 60.
And then you divide.
And I divided, yeah.
All right. And then negative 60 over 27. So I'm assuming you saw that 3 run into each. And you wrote it as negative 20 over 9. And that's correct. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay. See, I told you I could follow. All right. And last but not least, let's go with Mr. Schuler. That,
I got x equals 24.
you got x equals what?
24.
24. How'd you get that?
Let's see.
What did you do?
Got it down to 2x plus 12 equals x plus 36.
Okay. So for those of you guys who didn't hear, he multiplied everything by 3. So you got 3 times this, 3 times this, 3 times that, 3 times that. And that gave him 2x plus 12 equals x plus 36. And then I'm not going to insult you. We subtract x from both sides. We have x plus 12 equals 36. And then from there, you can just see x equals 24.